Do you own a 4xe and you ever have that noise in the back seat, or somewhere it sounds like you left a fish tank in the back seat, or a waterfall? I've heard a lot of different ways to describe, but a gurgling noise. What that is basically air that has gotten trapped into your coolant system. The coolant system on the 4xe is very complex. There's basically three of them. There's a coolant system that would typically have like any gas-powered engine. Then there's a coolant system that maintains the battery itself. Then there's a coolant system that basically is the electric version that brings heat into the cabin. So without getting into the nitty gritty, the coolant system on these 4xes is very complex, and there's a lot to it. And when air gets in, unlike a typical coolant system, your highest level is the radiator and it all just comes out and you can burp it and everything else. The 4xe is not that simple. So if you have this issue and your vehicle's under warranty, obviously you can take it back to the dealership and they can purge this system for you. But sometimes the system is very difficult to purge because there's lots of nooks and crannies, and you have a battery and the battery is lower, and you've got valves, and there's a lot more places for air to trap in, and it becomes much more difficult to purge these systems. So I don't always blame the dealers for this noise, because it can take multiple times purging these systems to kind of eradicate this gargling noise. But what I want to show you today is we are going to show you how you, as the owner of your vehicle, can purge the system and fix this problem on your own. But you have to have something like this. So this MooCar scanner was sent to us for free. And I have another video that talks about how this thing really shines on the 4xe. If you're a 4xe owner, this is a tool that's worth the small investment. It's comparable to like these $3,000–$4,000 Snap-on tools, and you actually have capability of doing things that are pretty much mirroring what the YTech software, and YTech software is what your tech at the dealership is doing. You can reprogram keys, you can activate systems, you can get all the data in the world off your 4xe and then some, but you can also activate tests and different protocols within the Jeep that you can't otherwise activate without the OEM software, and this can do it. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how do you fix that waterfall noise in your Jeep. We'll leave a link in the description for this device. If you decide to purchase one, please use our affiliate link. It helps the channel just a little bit and doesn't cost you any extra. So let's head to the garage and we're going to show you how to use this tool to get rid of that waterfall noise. Now remember, when your Jeep is in electric mode, some waterfall sound is slightly normal, but if it's excessive or maybe something you haven't heard before, or it literally sounds like you tossed a fish tank in the back, that's a different story. We're gonna show you how to fix it with this, and you might need some of this, so you don't necessarily have to get Mopar, but I would, just because mixing the wrong antifreeze can cause issues. So just grab some Mopar antifreeze, do what you want with that, but that's what we're using is Mopar stuff. We're gonna show you how to fix this issue. So first thing you need is this MooCar scanner. We're gonna leave a link in the description as we talked about. Charlie is going to plug this into the OBD2 port. If you don't know where that is, this may not be the job for you, all right? So plug this in and turn your ignition to the on position. Go ahead and do that. All right. While he's doing that, I am going to boot up. Oh, it's already on. Cancel. I am not going to boot up. I'm going to turn the scanner on, and we're going to open the hood. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip, is when you're doing something this, and the scanner will prompt you for this, but when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's always good to have your 12-volt battery hooked up to a charger. We know the 4xe hates low voltage, so Charlie, why don't you grab the charger? We're going to hook up the 12-volt battery to our charger, because this runs, what is it, 3 pumps for like 7 or 8 minutes. So you just want to make sure you got good clean power coming to the battery. So that's going to be our next step. Let's hook up the 12-volt battery. All right, so Charlie's got the battery connected. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to loosen these caps. You'll notice mine are fairly full. If you watch the video, my battery was just recently replaced, and the tech at Ray always likes to fill them to the top. Now, as we talked about earlier in the video, there's a ton of places for air bubbles to get trapped. So we're going to show you how to cycle this and what to do. All right, so we've talked about this device in another video. We're not going to go into huge depth of what this can do. We're just going to focus on how you fix this issue. So you're going to go to diagnose, you're going to hit enter. I'm just going to hit recent because I know I got Jeep on here, and I'm going to log into my vehicle. All right, so now we are going to do automatically search. It's going to communicate with the Jeep. It's going to open up. You do have to have an auto auth account to use this. We talked about that in a previous video as well. But we're going to get logged in here, and we'll show you where to go once you're logged in. When you come into your system here, the one you're going to want to come under is hybrid control module. So PCM, TCM, IPC, we're looking for HCP, hybrid control module. So you're gonna click into that. It's gonna communicate with the hybrid control module on the Jeep itself. You can pull a bunch of data here. We'll talk about that in a different video. This we're focusing on just how you fix this waterfall effect, I say. So then you're gonna want to go to special function. And you'll look, there's a bunch of different functions you can do, but the one we're looking for is coolant fill, or coolant service fill. You're gonna click that. Now it's gonna communicate back with the Jeep. So now it's gonna give you a bunch of information. It's telling you it's gonna purge air from the following loops: high temp coolant loop, low temp coolant loop, high voltage battery coolant loop, and it is recommended to run this routine when directed by a service library. So for example, there's certain indications that would tell you to run this. So we're gonna hit OK. Now turn the ignition to run position, do not start the vehicle, OK. Now it says, please consider the following steps. Connect a 12-volt charger, which we did already. And now it's also gonna tell you to watch the coolant level. So we've got the caps off, because what's gonna happen is if the coolant level drops down to empty, it's gonna bring more air in. So you wanna make sure you're watching this. It's gonna run these pumps for about 5 to 7 minutes, and you're gonna watch the level on the coolant fluctuate, but you don't ever want it to go down to 0, because then you gotta start all over again. So we're gonna hit OK. Now, they're really hard to hear. You're not going to pick them up on the mic, but if you look real closely, you can see the coolant moving. It's ever so slightly moving. Now, if you listen, which I don't think you're going to pick up on the mic, you can hear the pumps running. Now on here, it does tell you information about the pump speed as it fluctuates the pumps. So it's got here, if you look at those numbers, you've got the pumps and what speed they're actually running. So again, if you look, you can see right here, you can see that fluctuation in the coolant. So it's basically pumping all through those loops we talked about. And if there was a bunch of air, this would start going down and you want to top it off. If you actually look, the max line is down there, but after a service, like Josh was saying from Ray, they usually put it up to the top. In the event there's an extra bubble in there that needs to make its way out, you're not gonna run out of coolant. So we're just gonna let this run and do its thing. It'll tell you on the screen when it's done. I can still hear the pumps, I can still see the fluid moving. So we'll come back at you when the 5 minutes is up. And again, this is telling you to monitor the reservoirs. You don't want it to go below that minimum level. You're just gonna induce more air into the system, so keep that in mind. All right, so once the procedure is done and you're full, you're just gonna wanna go ahead and put your caps back on. Now, go take it for a drive, turn the heat on, let everything warm up, maybe get a few drive cycles through it. If you still have that waterfall effect, I would recommend running the pump cycle again. In fact, it wouldn't hurt to run the cycle more than once. There's a lot of nooks and crannies, but likely, if you've got this problem, with this scan tool and a little coolant, you'll be on your way. Like and subscribe and check out our other videos for more 4xe specific with this scanner. We'll see you on the next video.